Now we come to the candidates' closing statements. But let me first remind you that if you aren't registered to vote, please do so right away and urge anyone you know who's eligible to register to vote also. The actual deadline for registering to vote is October 22nd, and if you move, you need to re-register for the new address. We will do the closing statements in reverse alphabetical order, and remember, candidates, that you have 1 minute. 2 minutes. Excuse me. 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes. So we will start with Supervisor Mark. Closing statement.
I just wanted to thank the Planning Association of Richmond and the League of Women Voters and everyone here tonight. I've worked hard for 28 years to improve the Richmond district. I feel very strongly that the Richmond that I was drawn to, the diverse small businesses, that I want my daughter to grow up and live in for the rest of her life as well, that I've really committed myself and worked very hard to improve it. The Richmond is not broken. We have our problems like many other districts throughout the city, and I've worked hard with many of you to make sure that we've had improvements from creating jobs, a better economy, support for our smaller businesses as a backbone of our neighborhood as well. It's really hard that I've been attacked and my record smeared so much, but I'm trying to run a strong, positive campaign that's based on grassroots people. Many of my volunteers are hitting the ground every weekend. Hundreds were there last weekend. But I'll just say we don't have to rely on $15 an hour paid canvassers in our campaign. My campaign doesn't kind of have mailers paid for like this. And if you read very closely at the bottom, paid for by the so-called San Francisco Alliance for Jobs with $15 an hour people walking it. We have grassroots volunteers that are very diverse, small business leaders and others. I'm proud that the Democratic Party has given me their sole endorsement. The Richmond District Democratic Club, a unanimous support for my endorsement. Also teachers and nurses and the San Francisco Examiner and Tsingtao newspaper. Rose Pack is a supporter, but almost all the Chinese leadership kind of in the city is also supportive, and I'm very proud of that. I've worked very hard to make sure that the Chinese community and all diverse communities have a voice for our Richmond district. Don't let the outside interests buy our district. Support our own voice in our Richmond district and get involved with our campaign. Thank you very much.
I guess it must be Halloween. Because what you just heard was a horror story. He's trying to scare us. Listen, this is a race about clear choices. Do you want a career politician who's focused on his next political step ladder? Or do you want somebody who's going to work hard for the district, who's going to listen, who's a proven problem solver, who's worked in the district for many years on the Community Police Advisory Board? Many of the members of that Community Police Advisory Board are here. Where we met every month at the Richmond Police Station, work as volunteers to abate traffic, to work to make the neighborhood safer at night, to help our neighborhood. Do you want somebody who's going to pick up the phone and talk to you when you call his or her office in City Hall? Do you want somebody who's going to be there in the neighborhood, who's going to be responsible to you, who's going to listen to your side, who's going to fight for you when you need things done, who understands the district, who realizes it's not just the big global problems that a supervisor needs to focus on, but it is the pothole that needs to get fixed. It is the cracks in the streets that aren't getting fixed. It is the 85 empty storefronts that need to get filled. It is the Muni bus that needs to go out to the La Playa Safeway so that people can shop at the Safeway that they need to get their groceries. It is about you, the people of this district, and the kind of supervisor you deserve. You deserve somebody who's going to fight for you, who's going to work hard on your issues. And look, listen, we all live here. I live here. The election's going to be here in 2 weeks. I'm still going to be here. Do you want one of you, one of us in City Hall working for you, who understands you, who's going to listen? That's the key proposition we face 2 weeks from now. So consider that.
I want to thank PAR and the League for hosting this event and allowing all three of us to express our views here to our neighbors. I initially decided to run for Board of Supervisors because I saw somebody hit by a car on Gary Boulevard at an intersection that didn't have a traffic light. We still have over a dozen intersections on Gary Boulevard that don't have traffic lights. It's irresponsible on behalf of our elected officials not to install those traffic lights and allow us to cross the street safely in the neighborhood. If elected, I probably won't be focusing on really big issues. I'm going to focus on local issues, issues that affect you and me every day here in the neighborhood. That they will involve installing the traffic lights on Gary Boulevard and other business corridors, making sure that the streets are clean, making sure that the roads are repaired, making sure that graffiti is removed off the streets. These are the key issues that I think are important and that my neighbors think are important. I hope you think they're important. And if you do think they're important, I hope that you will support us in November. Thank you.
The League of Women Voters and our partner organization, Planning Association for the Richmond, our thanks to the candidates for participating and thanks to each of you for taking the time to inform yourself about your choices on November 6th. Running for office is not an easy job and not for the faint of heart. And I'm sure you all want to now take the opportunity to thank these three gentlemen. Stay